Welcome, it's Pokecron. Today we've got a tournament match against my cousin. I got lucky. We're taking festival lead. I've got 4 Grookey, 4 Thwacky, and then 1 and 1 of the Sea King and the Goldeen. So I've got plenty of search, plenty of festival lead Pokemon. Right now I just put up my Diplin, the figurehead of my deck, right on the board. And I'm going against my cousin who's going to be on the left. And he is running a crazy, it's got like stage 2 the deck. We've got Greninja, we've got the Charizard, we've got Pidgeot, and we've got Dragapult. And he runs it very well. But I do know, as we were on the way to the tournament, he was pretty nervous about me bringing Festival Lead. He said, no, don't do it, because it is so strong against his deck, as well as many others. Right here, he chooses to go first after winning the coin toss. We bump. I unfortunately started out with Grookey. He started out with the Mew and the Dreepy. Draws for turn. And I think he's going to want to get more of his board state up, because right now it's pretty weak compared to what he can get. So he's going to start out with an Ultra Ball. He does have the misfortunate Ultra Ball of Pidgeot and Charizard EX just to grab a measly little Froakie. But that's on the bench. He's happy about it. Right now, he's checking his prizes. It's a very important thing. A misstep that I made in this tournament. Not going to be in this video, though, but not prize checking cost me probably 2 games, honestly. As well as some other misplays. You know, fun stuff. He's going to attach the water energy to his Froakie. And then he's going to restart for Mew, get an extra card. He's got some legs to this turn, but not so much. Passes over to me. I draw for my turn. We actually do get the Goldeen off of the top deck, which is beautiful. Now we've got our Festival Lead down. We could, if we can get Grookey out of the active, that's going to be best. So we do grab our Air Balloon and Buddy Poffin from our Arvin. Then we're going to go back in with Buddy Poffin while I have my open deck. We're going to drop down a double Applin. And then I adjust my board, make it look a little bit nicer. We attach the Air Balloon, and then I believe I decide that I want to just stay in the active right here, because there's nothing really on the board threatening me other than the possible Greninja, which could just nuke me. But I'm not so worried about that. So we decide to put our energy on our Applin instead of the Sea King or the Goldeen. He's going to draw for his turn. He does have the Drocoloke, which I believe was a top deck. And then he attaches, I believe, a Fire or Psychic energy there. He restarts for 1. And then he goes for his Recon Directive. Or his... Is that the move? Either way, looking at the top 2 cards, gonna put that one at the bottom. Looking to get those pieces to put something together against me. He puts down the Messagoza. This tells me he has Rare Candy and Greninja in hand. He fails a Messagoza, so it's a heads, and you pull any Pokemon you want, and tails, you get nothing. He got nothing. He evolves from his hand to his Frogadier. He asks for my Goldeen because I've never played this version of Festival Lead against him, so he's a little bit unaware. He saw the Whirlpool attack, which is flip a coin and you can delete an energy off of a Pokemon if it's heads. He's gonna boss up the Goldeen. He's going to put his Froakie or his Frogadier into the active, and then he has the numbing attack, numbing water, which if he rolls a heads here, then I'll be paralyzed. I get paralyzed, but Festival Lead is very strong in that if I put an energy on this Pokemon, it is not going to be paralyzed anymore. Or if we do what we do right here and evolve it, it's not paralyzed anymore. I do, however, forget to put the damage counters on. That has no effect on our game, but it is one of the little misplays that we do. So I'm going to roll for Messagoza. And let's see if we can hit it. Boom, we hit it. And we're able to pull out our Thwacky, put him onto the bench, which means that we do have our search live and in person, which is super important in this deck because we're able to pull so many pieces together. And then right here we have Festival Grounds. So again, like I said, we would have been cured of the paralysis with Goldeen, but it's not as necessary. Our Boom Boom Groove, unfortunately, we're only able to take the grass energy. I didn't want a chance going for the Bug Catcher and miss off of the top 7. But that is probably what I would do in the future. I have done it. I will continue to do it. But right here, seemed a little bit safer. I didn't really need too many bench because Dipplin is not in. I don't need a full bench for our Seeking to attack. We put the energy in hand just to put it right back down where it was. I'm going to boss up the Drocoloke because I don't want him to have his engine. Very strong engine. And then we are going to do a double attack with the Seeking, Grasping Draw. Maybe that's not even the attack name, but draw 2 cards for 120. Or draw 4 cards for 120 for attacking twice. And we're able to draw our 4 and take 1 prize. He starts his turn. So I think we skipped a little bit right here. He bossed out our Applin again because he doesn't want to see anything in the active. And then he actually does roll the heads and the paralysis. So we've got our damage on our Applin as well. It's paralyzed. So this time I really do need to find either the energy or the Dipplin. So we Bug Catching set. And I believe we find both. So we take our Applin right there. And then our energy, so that heals us of paralysis. And then I believe in hand we had our Dipplin already. So our bench looked full, but it wasn't, just because my cards are a little bit messy. We put down a second Grookey. We're going to also Iono him, which realistically does help him because he does have either 2 or 3 cards right there. It is what it is. We'll still take the randomness that the Iono could bring. I only take my 5 because he is down a Pokemon. And we do find the Dipplin off of that, which means we are going to be able to attack, and we are going to be hitting for 100 damage. Frogadier only has 90 or 100, so that's going to take that one out, and then we'll be able to hit again. So I say I'm going to take him out and then do 100 to the Mew. We take our single prize card. 100 damage on the Mew makes it so either Dipplin or Seeking can easily take it out. Preferably Dipplin, because then we can hit a second attack on something in the back line. He's able to find a Dreepy off of the Iono. Both of us are fidgeting like crazy. His leg is shaking. I'm clapping. The music was pretty solid in this place. Not my normal cup of tea, but I was actually digging it. It was groovy. And then we do have an Ultra Ball on his side. He is going to discard a Jack and a Drocoloke or a Dreepy. I forget which one it is. One of the two. That looks like Drocoloke. And then he is going to search for that Froakie again. The Ultra Ball for the Froakie trade is a little rough, but I think that's all he can do. Shuffle in his deck. And I think that puts his hand at 0. No, I can't see where his hand is. Oh yeah, it's right underneath him. He professors research. I skipped the part where he drew the 7 cards, but he deleted his hand to do the 7 cards. He puts the Jamming Tower over my Festival Ground, so that means that's going to be something I need to find throughout the next round. And then he's benching the Charmander. So when I was saying this is a crazy deck, it's a really crazy deck. He does have the Dreepy, the Frogadier, or the Froakie, sorry, and the Charmander as his attackers, and then he also does have the Pidgeot as a search engine. Super solid, but pretty clunky. he plays 4 rare candies, obviously, the Jack for that search support, as well as 4 Ultra Balls if I'm not mistaken, just so he's able to get all of those big beefy boys that he needs. And he's able to snipe with the Greninja, so it's pretty strong. I was a little bit worried because I don't have my Rabska in my deck at this point. We've got it prized. So that Greninja in the back line is threatening me. It's a little bit scary. I put down my Festival Grounds, and he does not like that play, so he tries to jamming down my Festival Grounds. We have a good little laugh about it. And then I decide that I'm going to play my Arven, and I'm not sure what we really need right here. We take a bug catching set. I think we're searching for Vitality Band just to get it out of the deck, because we do have Maximum Belt in hand. And then we decide to take out his Mew for 100 damage, and then he promotes his Dreepy. He decided to knock that out as well. We're sitting at 1 prize remaining, and he has yet to take a prize if I'm not mistaken. Did he even prize out his cards? Dude, it's so hard to see on the table. He definitely did. I see them now. And then he top decked the Charizard, which he told me after the game he was gonna discard the Charizard. He's glad he didn't. The Grookey already has the Legacy Energy on it. We've got 2 Fire Energy going to that, 1 Fire on Charizard. He is able to delete 1 of his rare candies, so now he's down 2 rare candies. He's searching for the rare candy and the Greninja, whether it's from the Ultra Ball or just the straight Greninja, so he can get that active and start sniping. Again, we don't have the Rabska in deck, so this is very threatening. He'll start being able to take out both my searches. I think that's where he'd go first, which would heavily slow down my play because my hand isn't really developed for that. And then he puts down his Pidgey, goes for a Buddy Buddy. He's searching for something. I don't believe he ends up putting anything down. It is what it is. Sometimes that happens. I think he also just doesn't need anything down necessarily. Seeing where my positioning is, it's pretty tough. So I decide I'm going to open up a pack. I asked him, I was like, hey, dude, do you mind, honestly, while it's your turn if I open up this pack? He said he didn't care. So he puts down something on the Charizard, which I really don't know. He passes it over to me, but we're still opening up this pack. And has this ever happened to you guys where the sheathing just comes off? Like, it's just the plastic coming off. That's crazy. And then now the pack's a little bit harder to go. He tries bouncing, and then I forget. I don't know if he misses or hits, but at this point, it really doesn't matter. So we got Coreless, Glass Trumpet, Infernape, and Roaring Moon EX Play Stamp. I don't know what that goes for. Pretty solid, pretty cool card. I heard it's got some grounds in the championships. I don't know if that's true or not, but it'd be cool to see because that is a little bit of a, just like a toss-up card. And then we start our turn, and now what we're looking for is the Maximum Belt and the Kieran. The Pokemon in front of us isn't going to give us a prize, and even during this play, I didn't realize that the Legacy Energy is on there. It's pretty difficult for me to see some of those things. I did make a huge blunder later in this tournament because I didn't see something. But we grabbed the Max Belt and we grabbed the Kieran. I choose the 30 extra damage to EX Pokemon, and then we put the Max Belt down. So we kill out the Grookey and then the Froakie, sorry. Getting my guys mixed with him. And then he promotes up the Charizard. And then we're able to do 360 with Weakness, Maximum Belt, and Kieran for the last prize, which is my Rabska. I was nervous about that from the start. The Greninja with the Mirage Bros attack. Pretty strong. And right now we're just talking. I'm just kind of going over my gameplay. Really, my cousin right here is... like, I think I'm playing a lot better because I see how he plays. We're both very competitive, but we're not like jerks about it or anything like that. So he walks through his plays, I walk through mine. We're just kind of chatting. And honestly, thank you, Justin, because you do make me a better player in this game. We started out playing the DC deck building game, so that is like, a cool deck building game, which I felt like he would want to play Pokemon because of that, and I got him into it. We helped build him his deck, and he's been going to tourneys with me, so shout out Justin. Shout out to everyone at the tournament. Right now we are at 1-0. I'm not going to do the other games as full commentary videos, but I am going to just go over the mistakes I made, the blunders, and then go from there in a separate video, so look out for that. But thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. This is new for me, so I might not be good at commentating, but I just wanted to give this a shot, see if this is some sort of content that I'd like to do in the future. Anyways, peace out. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe.